K. Fill in the middle with an A. It's Carlos and Ryan, and we know that you're dying to hear what we have to say today. I say we hear what we have to say today. It's the blank. Fill it in. Fill it in. Fill it in. Yeah.
You are now recording. You are now recording.
Do you think nudes like this will work?
I'm not going to look at that on live television.
All right, whatever.
But thank you.
Some friend you are. Some friend you are. But ladies and gentlemen, after a 2-week hiatus, where's our poster?
I had to take it. It fell down, and I forgot to put it back up.
You son of a gun. You son of a gun.
Has it been 2 weeks? That's
yes.
Crazy.
2 whole weeks.
Man, what happened? What have we been doing?
Well, I think that's what this episode's all about today.
What have we been doing?
What have we been doing?
Weird, man.
But after a 2-week hiatus,
super weird.
It is good to finally say, Young World. God, I'm tired and I hate my life.
Wow.
Welcome to the blank with Carlos and Ryan. I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ryan.
I screwed that up. I was supposed to switch that up. I'm so tired.
Wow.
Welcome to...
It's only Thursday, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, one more day.
I know. Don't remind me.
One more day.
Thank you for coming for another week, another edition, another episode. But we're back, y'all.
We're back.
Guess who's Bazak? Still smell the crack of my clothes. Don't make me have to relapse on these hoes.
Wow. Sounds like Biggie.
No. Close, though. Oh, you're not going to guess again?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm
That's
not.
fine. That's
No.
fine. But we're back. We're back. You know what's
Crazy.
funny? I was at work yesterday, and a coworker of mine, they have a volleyball league going.
Like
Beach
outside
volleyball? Beach
work.
volleyball?
Is it at Woodbine?
Yes.
Okay. Love that. Gotta love Woodbine
Well,
during the summer.
I guess. A lot of thick gal.
Haven't been in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But Woodbine's a lot of fun.
I went to one. It's packed, though.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that, but...
It's technically the only, quote unquote beach that people downtown Toronto
Yeah,
really have. Like, you
that's
go to Cherry
true.
Beach, but Cherry Beach is really small.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the sand like Woodbine does.
Yeah.
No one really swims. Well, people swim, but people are kind of afraid of it.
Yeah. Because it is Toronto waters after all.
Yeah. And we know how Toronto society is. We can only imagine what the water looks like.
Okay. What the hell was that? Hold on. Is there something you want to address about what's going on in the city that you live in?
The city's been tough.
I mean...
The city has had a rough go.
Jesus.
The last bit of time.
What is your deal?
We've had some rough moments.
Like what?
Just saying.
What was it? The heat wave thing?
Just saying.
Oh my God.
Just saying.
All right. Yes, my coworker, and she was telling me how this one dude was getting all up in her business, inquiring with her whole team about what they do and what they do for work and blah 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 blah.
Oh,
and
a dude's trying to get at her.
Pretty much.
Oh, I thought it was all these guys should be disqualified.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Okay.
But then she comes into work the next day, and she looks at her email, and she looks at it, and it says, "Aren't you so and so from the beach volleyball tournament?"
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't recognize the name nor the email.
Yeah.
Because she met the guy in person. She met this guy in person, and she got the name of this guy, But the email, we don't know who it is. But they feel that it could be this guy. You want to know what name this person used in the email? Art Vandelay.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a bad look for Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Bad look for Seinfeld fans.
A little bit.
I love Seinfeld.
I heard that name and I'm like, well, what the hell?
Where have I
heard this name before? And then I looked it up. I'm like, oh, right.
Damn.
That's Mr. Constanza's situation with the. Okay. Yeah.
Architect.
Art Vandelay. Yeah.
Architect.
The architect. Yeah. So then we're like, okay, that's a little creepy. So we told her obviously to block the email because we don't know.
So the email didn't come from like a professional email. No. It came from a personal email.
It didn't even the person didn't even introduce themselves.
Wow, that's creepy.
That right?
Yeah.
Like
if what I'm talking about Toronto, man.
Okay.
Made me sick.
Here we go.
The unprofessionalism is out there.
For
and it makes me
God's
sick.
Sake.
Sorry, go ahead.
You know what? You weren't that supportive when you were at the Kendrick concert. You should have seen this guy. Oh my God in heaven.
I was willing to go buy people drinks.
You know, just
like to leave.
What? Get the this guy, man. This dude was sea walking during the goddamn Not Like Us song. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you trying to get us shot and shit?
Definitely not.
Man, you're lucky.
Have we not had an episode since that concert?
Yeah, we haven't done an episode since.
Holy crap, man.
You're lucky. What's his face was there to take all the flack because if he wasn't there, it would have been you. That would have been. That's roasted wild. On the internet.
Damn,
and
so we didn't even talk about the concert.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, since you're not exactly a big K-Dot fan. What's Ryan's take? Before that, actually, do you want to say something to the children?
Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Thursday. Happy Friday if you happen to listen on the Friday, and happy weekend if you happen to be listening on the weekend. Carlos and I, we had to take 2 weeks off just to some unseen circumstances. Well, the first week was the Kendrick concert, which we'll definitely be touching base on. I do want to talk a little bit more about your friend's story there because that's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
But yeah, and then we definitely have a reasoning as to why we missed a second
We were
week.
supposed to be back last week.
We were supposed to be back last week, but there's a whole story.
A whole lot of shit happened.
So we definitely want to explain in full exactly why we missed that week. Most of our listeners already sort of know in a sense, but for those who don't know, it's actually a crazy story. So, but yeah, thank you for joining in for another episode. I think we're at 198, so 2 off of 100.
Oh,
200.
Shit. 200 in the summer.
Which is pretty
crazy. In the summer?
So, love you guys, man. Thank you for joining.
I
really appreciate it. But, so, to go back to your friend's story before we talk about the Kendrick concert. Yeah, that's just like super weird.
Yeah.
Man. Like people can't be doing that.
No, 100%
you know
not. Like for me, if you're going to at least remind someone like, hey, have we met before? At least introduce yourself in the email.
Yeah.
Don't go off just by Art Vandelay obviously is a fake name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's
don't
creepy.
You got to say, hey, this is so and so. Didn't we meet at the beach?
I think shoot your shot regularly. You know what I mean? Like you maybe grasp their number.
Right.
You know, you did a little bit of weird snooping. I don't know if I consider it weird. But it's like, hey, I got your contact information from some of the people that were playing with us.
Yeah.
You know, my name's so-and-so. We met briefly. Just thought you were really cute, or, I thought you had an amazing smile. Just shooting my shot here. I'd love to take you out to dinner.
Absolutely.
Here's my contact information. If you don't answer, then I fully understand. Thanks. That's what I would do in that situation.
Straightforward to the
Straightforward.
point. You know what I mean? Both people are making known who they are, right? That's all it is.
Like, if I don't hear from you, great. I hope you have a great day, but I just wanted to let you know, I would love to take you out.
Yeah.
If nothing happens, then, thank you for the time.
That's all it is. No harm, no foul.
Yeah. No issues.
Right. But
unless you start coming out the way that I think Carlos would come out in an email.
That's right. Go ahead, tell them.
That beach volleyball, you're looking fine.
Goddamn.
You look like oatmeal.
Holy
shit. Look like Quaker Oats made the up and down recipe.
You know what I'm saying?
Goddamn.
Golly. Wow.
You can spike it at me any day.
Baby. Yeah. You know. I'm just saying, you know me so well. I'm shit, man. I'm trying to fucking volley. I'm trying to spike. I'm trying to fucking. Yo, I'm just saying, baby.
I want you to smack me up against the wall.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, put the practice on me.
Woo!
That's how Carlos would come out.
Yeah, I mean, is that so bad?
Why is that so bad? Why is that so bad?
It's a lot.
No, it isn't.
You know what I mean, that's like the
Like
third
professional
date.
schmeffinal. Baby, I like what I see, and you're working 9 to 5, and I'm trying to work you from 5 to 9. I mean,
I'm telling you,
it's not that hard. I don't know why you're making a big deal. Just saying. If you have your ways, I have mine. That was your way was more. You know what? I did my thing. If it don't work out, enjoy the rest of your day. For me, it's baby, forget the beach volleyball. Let's get raw like Monday nights.
wow, crazy.
And then I can go home and make it. And again, on Friday, I lay the smackdown.
Crazy.
And then Sunday, it's WrestleMania, which means we the main event, baby.
Crazy.
Just saying.
Absolutely wild.
That's all I gotta say. You know what? But that's just my thoughts.
But
Those are Carlos's thoughts. You know what? We both have a difference in opinion for how we would approach it. But you guys decide at home who's in the wrong. You know what? Why don't you both each try that? All right. And Carlos is not responsible for any sexual harassment cases that may come. That if you do my case,
HR calls you in on Monday.
Yeah,
that is not.
It ain't nothing to do with me. That's just their policies. You fucked up.
You
not
listening
me.
to our podcast is the disclaimer that you approve that we will not take any responsibility
That's right.
for your actions at the office.
Boom, boom, boom. Just saying.
I've been through a lot of different conferences though, and in my industry, I do work with a lot of women in general.
I tried to drink this.
Wow.
I'm not even drunk. What is wrong with me?
So we're gonna rewind that and then put Carlos, make it look like he's putting the mic towards his mouth.
Hey, yo, hold on, man.
In a drinking fashion.
Listen, I got Jamaicans watching this, bro. You can't be doing this.
But I'm just saying. But the industry I do happen to work on does have quite a large amount of women, and I've heard my fair share of like professional stories. I don't know, maybe the whole industry probably is.
Oh, it's getting rough, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Damn.
I've heard like some crazy stories from some of my like superiors where like they would get invited to like somebody's like hot tub after the conference.
Oh shit!
And then I've also heard some instances where guys will get fired because their actions at these conferences, where like sometimes they'd be like, oh, like that girl, one of the girls I know, she like got offered to like sleep with this dude. And then the girl's like, I'm married, and then he's like, well, I am too, so it's fine.
What's your man got to do with me?
Yeah, what's your man got to do with me? Literally, that's
literally.
Exactly.
Holy shit!
He pulled the special K.
Oh god damn!
On her.
I ain't trying to hear that. See,
funny enough, he doesn't work at that company anymore.
No shit.
But it's just some of the stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Holy
it's super unprofessional. I think that everybody should have the time and place to be able to shoot their shot respectfully.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
If there's a way, there's a means. It's going to work out in some sort of instances, but there is a certain line in a certain professional sense that you just don't touch.
Even in that case, even if it's like outside of work, you're still using work to, take advantage of these people.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And it's gross.
Like the amount of stories of like, the power dynamic where like bosses will like, take advantage of their like, the assistants or like the person that's working under them in a certain sense, and it happens all the time. I've like seen it personally.
Oh Jesus!
But it's just crazy, man. Like it's
sad.
absolutely crazy. Like what people can think and get away with. And I wouldn't say that it's only men doing this. There's definitely women out there that are doing it as well. But yeah, people just need to be better from that professional sense. Like relax. Honestly, shoot your shot in a certain sense.
But have some decency.
Yeah, have some decency.
Like self-respect. You know.
Literally.
That's gross. Yucky poo-poo.
But yeah, to the Kendrick concert. So, Carlos, give an overview of what you thought about the Kendrick concert.
I loved it. I thought it was a very great show. I think Kendrick and SZA were fantastic performers. It was our first. It's my first, and Ryan said his first stadium show. So we haven't been to the Rogers. We've been there for Blue Jays games before, but never for like a concert.
Yes.
But overall, yeah, great show. The whole intermissions or like screen time that they have showing all this shit, bringing the GNX on the stage and whatnot, that was really cool. They had a few fireworks
yes.
and pyro and all that going on as well. Great show, awesome song choices.
So really quickly, the pyro aspect of that show, I blew my nose the next day, and I had just like burnt crisp coming out of my nose. Can you believe that?
What the fuck?
Like when you burn something, there's like that
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just like me breathing in the air and then it like got stuck to my nose, but I like blew my nose the next day and it was black.
Oh my god.
How weird is that?
What the fuck? Are you sure that was a concert?
No, 100%. Because I have allergies during the summer.
Sure.
So it's I blow my nose probably twice a day.
God damn.
And then I blew my nose the next morning after that concert. Because what else would we be doing?
Shit.
And then, weird, man.
That is weird.
Yeah, that's how crazy
that is
pyro
spooky
dynamics were at that show.
Okay.
But sorry. Go ahead.
My
song choice, you said?
I'm still just okay.
I was confused too.
No, song choices were awesome. Did a lot, obviously, from the recent album Kendrick I'm referring to, and SZA as well. And then he brought on some classics as well. The highlight for me, Not Like Us was not even just because of the song. Just the crowd going as nuts as they did for that song baffled me. Like I did not. They went nuts, and this is in Toronto. Yeah. Mind you. So it was insane. I want to say also from, people are talking about protests and all that shit. I was there in person. I didn't see too much of that shit.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
I didn't see too much. Police presence, though, was heavy.
Oh, yeah, tons.
That was very, very heavy, I will say. That was, that was pretty crazy. That was pretty nuts. Police presence, police were literally every single exit out of that building, a police officer was right there.
Yes.
So that was crazy.
But I didn't see any issues or anything.
None whatsoever.
Like sometimes you'll see even a bit of a scuffle.
Yeah.
Like even at Jays games, you'll see a scuffle
sure.
or a Raptors game. But
sure.
Everybody was grooving, everybody was chilling.
In their own business. We should have went to New Ho King after. They were giving out first round of beers for free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
After the concert.
That's sick. Had no idea.
I
wonder if he
known.
ordered from there that weekend.
You think?
I think he probably took out. You know what I mean? Or
someone to pick it up because he shouted him out.
Yeah, just because
probably got the food for free.
I'm in Toronto.
Yeah.
I might as well get the food.
Yeah.
I wonder where Kendrick and SZA stayed. They probably stayed in the Shangri-La or somewhere really nice. Something.
I'm hearing rumors that they had police escort them to wherever they stayed.
Oh yeah.
And then as soon as the concert ended on Friday, they
left.
got oot.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Overall, though, this whole beef thingy. I didn't see it evident. It wasn't. Yeah, there was no quarrels. A lot of white people though.
Yes.
There was a lot of. It was Dr. Umar's nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to those two dudes that were laughing at me when the business. What's her title again? What's her title? Marketing director. The marketing director's asking me who is Dr. Umar Johnson. And I jokingly said, "You're going to ask me this at a Kendrick concert?" And there was one white dude that was laughing a lot. Appreciate it and glad you found that funny. But overall, great show. Yes, like I said, a lot. It was a goddamn blizzard in there, and I ain't talking about the temperature.
Yeah, definitely.
Snow bunnies everywhere.
There was definitely a lot of Caucasian
Mm-hmm.
women. Yes, there was.
But overall, great show. I enjoyed it. What was your take on it?
It was good.
Yeah?
It was good.
Yeah.
I like the whole...
Why'd you wear a Lupe Fiasco shirt?
I don't know. Just a rep.
And we're not talking about just now. He wore one to the show.
I wore one to the show.
Yeah.
You
know what you were doing. You knew what you were doing.
It was fairly subtle.
No, you knew what you were doing. You were screaming out, Lupe!
I'm just saying.
Food and liquor!
I think I yelled out Boys to Men at one point.
You're disgusting. You're disgusting.
I was sick of it.
You're gross. You're gross.
No, I'm just kidding. It was a good show.
It was a good show.
I didn't know too much Kendrick stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's a great performer. The dance moves, he was killing it.
Great.
He wore I think he was wearing the same
great.
Jeans that he wore at the NFL.
Yeah,
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Kind of the same outfit. I thought that was really cool. Good touch. The one thing me and one of my buddies were talking about the other day, and he was like, "Oh, how was the concert?" I'm like, "Good." And he's like, "Did he play Not Like Us more than once?" because everybody knows the whole he did not like us in L.A. Brought everyone out, replayed it like 20 times, kind of thing. And I was like, I think he'll play it twice. Like he'll do it once, and then just to like make that statement, he'll do it twice. But they only did it once. Which I'm surprised about, but I get it.
But the audience did ask for an encore.
Oh yeah.
After that, there was like a standing O, and they like wanted an encore.
We stayed for like a couple minutes, I think. Just to let everyone kind of.
And also, those shirts were unnecessarily expensive.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
We bought one.
Well, the on the cheaper end, which is fine. Yeah. But there was one that was going for for a T-shirt, $160.
That's crazy.
No, no, I don't care. Whatever, freaking how the economy is doing, a T-shirt should never ever cost $160.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. I will say though, I mean, I wasn't close to the stage at all, but the thickness was in the air around SZA.
She looked great.
I mean, it was golly wow. Bet you by golly wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to play beach volleyball with her after, you know what I'm saying? SZA, if you're out there, if you're trying to go to Woodbine Beach, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't play volleyball at all, but, you know, I'm just saying I can spike it, you know, underpass, you know, whatever moves they call it. I'm trying to do it all, SZA. Okay. I'm just saying.
Great. She was a great performer.
Oh, fantastic performer.
Did a really good job.
Fantastic performer. Yeah. Overall, great show. Great show.
It definitely felt like one of those shows that if you were a big fan, you wouldn't want to miss like a second.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was like, you know what? Like I'm going to go to the bathroom when I want to. I'll go buy the drinks for everybody so they don't happen to miss anything. So I didn't choose to leave, or I chose to leave quite often. And I felt like I did miss certain aspects of the show.
Nothing big.
But like, I don't know.
Well, actually, no. There was. You said you only knew. You said you only knew one song from Kendrick, and the one song he played from Kendrick that you knew, you were in the washroom for it.
Like sitting at the urinal, just like rocking back and forth.
Oh, I know this song.
Yeah. But that was pretty funny. No, but overall, the show was good. Our marketing director had a great time, which I was happy about. Everyone else seemed to have a really good time. We met a couple cool people in the crowd. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall good night.
Great night. Still a great night.
Yeah, it was good.
You drove a Tesla.
Oh yes, I did. I was not drinking and driving for all those who are listening.
For the record.
But I did get to drive a Tesla that night. You know, shout out to the parents of our boys. But yeah.
But you're not gonna buy one.
No, I would never buy one.
That's messed up, man.
No,
The future is Tesla.
No,
Tesla is the future.
But yeah, no, that night was dope. It was a great night. Like we came back here. I think we had a few drinks.
Yeah.
I think I passed out on the couch.
Good call.
I didn't have to work the next day, which was nice. But yeah.
Yeah, great night.
It was a great way to spend a concert night. That's for sure.
Okay. All right, we have a few minutes. I'm gonna rant about one thing. Well, there's a few things to rant about, which will lead into our break. Okay. Some people's kids to give.
Okay.
The Toronto Heat. That was fucking ridiculous. Like, what is going on here? Listen, everyone's like, oh, global warming's pretty cool because, winter is not as bad and blah, blah, blah. But that heat on, what was it, Monday and Tuesday? Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Listen, folks. That was fucking horrendous, horrible, and also shout out to Mayor Chow for fucking closing all of this shit while we all needed the goddamn heat. There was no pools open, the cooling areas weren't as open either. Damn. So Mayor Chow, you know what I mean? Fuck you for not opening this shit. And you know what? I know it's hot and shit, and I get that Caravana's coming out, but you know what? Don't dress all skimpy and shit while you're going out the Caravana. That's just for my personal take. I'm just saying, leave it to the thick ones. That's all. Some people's kids for another one. John Bone Jones, who announced his retirement recently.
I saw a little bit on that. What happened?
Yeah, here's the deal. John Bone Jones, arguably the greatest of all time. People are gonna note that, but to me, he's a pussy. He fucking should have bought Aspinall. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Fuck him. Fuck him, dude. He's an asshole. He actually is a prick. My thing is,
I've heard.
here's the deal. If you know what? If you have nothing left to prove, I get it. I understand. You got to move on. But my thing is, you're the heavyweight champion, and the other guy is also currently the interim heavyweight championship. All you had to do, fight the guy, finish it off, and move on. Because that's the fight everybody wanted to see.
So why wouldn't he take the fight? Was it the money?
Who knows, dude?
Just not pay him
but
enough?
overall, and it wasn't even like a whole announcement thing. Dana White was asked a question by an interview. He's like, "Oh yeah, John Jones retired. He just called me last night. Yeah, he retired."
Interesting. Very
like,
interesting.
you know what, John Bones? You know what? You're so poo-poo full of shit. Fuck you, dude. I've never liked this guy. Everyone's like, "Oh, John Bones, he's an asshole." What goat do you know was tested positive twice for steroids?
That's unfortunate, man.
You tell me. You tell me.
That is unfortunate.
I'm just saying, like, you can call him the GOAT all you want, but he ain't on my list. I'm just gonna leave it like at that. So John Jones, you suck. I was always a Cormier guy. Anyway,
I get it.
So fuck you. There's gonna be a video I'm gonna show you. This next video, this person really pissed me. This one took the cake of some people's kids this week.
Okay.
I need your take on it. It's another Abba and Preach video. Shout out to Abba and Preach. But
they're from Montreal, right?
Yes.
Shout out to Aber and Preach.
They're going to be talking about this person. I need your take on it because it does relate to us essentially because she's an adult. We're adults. So I need your take on her stance on things.
Okay.
But
like
for me, I'm just going to let you know some people's kids 110%, but I'll let you in on it.
Well, we're going to see.
But we'll be reviewing the video right now, so tune in.
We'll be back. Okay, and we're back. And I just want to make one correction from a statement that I made in the intro.
Uh-oh.
We're actually on episode 197.
198,
so
197.
we're about 3 off.
Okay. It's fine. Still the sum of 200.
But I'm not happy with myself for being incorrect.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like I think I'm a big piece of shit.
All right. Well,
and there's really no reason for me to be in existence anymore at this point.
Well,
in time.
this is taking a left turn. It's literally a digit off. It's not.
It's not. It really isn't.
Okay.
Man.
Well,
no, I've let you down.
No,
I've
it's
let my
just
mother
one.
down.
No, okay.
I've let our marketing director down.
Wow, you are really just unloading. And listen, let's just talk about the show, and then maybe when the okay, and then maybe when the cameras are off, we can talk about why it is you feel the way that you feel. Good Lord Almighty.
All right.
But here it is, Abba and Preach, the boydom from Montreal, the mandem rather. Boydom is
all
police.
tatted up.
Yeah, he's yadded up, and he cut off his hair too. No more dreads for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, they'll be talking about a female influencer or / comedian. Her name is B Simone.
B Simone.
B
I've never heard
Simone.
this lady.
She is she's a comedian. I've known about her for a while now. She's on the show. She was on a show called Wild and Out with Nick Cannon.
Okay.
Yeah, she has a few.
Show.
Yes, and she has a few YouTube videos out there that are quite popular. But she was basically going on about finances. And her finances specifically.
Her own personal
Yes,
finances.
and
she's like a finance influencer now or something.
No, just her regular finances.
Okay.
And I want to choke her. You know, it makes me want to, just like, what's
right.
But I won't because I'm not like that guy. Yeah. But the thing she's saying makes me, but anyways, I want your take on it. But here's Abba and Preach discussing it and then providing their take as well.
Got it.
All right.
Shout out to Abba and Preach.
Yes, shout out to Abba.
The flow. You ain't got to think no
like the
more.
glasses.
Everybody's dunking on B Simone right now. Was on Wild and Out for quite some time. That's how her social media following grew exponentially.
He can't have a 9 to 5.
What?
This is her discussing.
You want CEO status?
Like what her man, what the features the man needs to have.
So she says he can't have a 9 to 5.
Yeah, he can't be a 9 to 5 guy.
Damn.
He has to be a CEO, is what she's saying.
Damn.
That's strike one. That's red flag number one.
Not even a minute into the video yet.
And that's ridiculous. But go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, he can't.
So
like,
he can't
clock
Oh,
in
this is
and
Nick
clock-
Cannon?
That is Nick Cannon.
Does he have a radio show?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if he does now, but I know he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fast forward 5 years later, she found herself in some difficulties.
I feel like
This
there's
is the
been
recent
so
clip.
much financial, just my finances, like budgeting. You see how I am, nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like, and I notice it in me now, just
Jeez.
nitpicking, and it's not even.
B Simone, comedian,
Pause the video.
podcaster. She
First off,
Go ahead.
there's
Go.
nothing wrong with H&M.
Tell him.
There's
Tell
nothing
'em.
wrong with H&M.
Tell 'em.
H&M some nice some stuff.
Fantastic stuff.
You know what I mean? I've bought in quite a bit of my stuff from H&M.
Absolutely.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Who was the other lady though?
Which one? Oh, jeez, man. Can you focus on the task
I'm just
at
saying.
hand? Jesus.
I'm trying to be her kid.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be so. Don't let our marketing director.
Yeah.
know.
I'm trying to be your son. I'm like, oh dear. Yeah, you gotta. Oh, I don't think that's how that works,
I know
man.
the segment is. I'm trying to be her kid. I'm just saying.
Jesus Christ. I don't think that's how that works, bro. But you
Show
know
her
what?
face for like 2 seconds. Like, oh. But yeah, that's crazy.
Okay.
I'm surprised she didn't find herself a CEO. I guess. I
Mm,
don't know.
No shit. Anyways, go ahead
was
and.
on Wild and Out for quite some time. That's how
Oh,
her
did you
social
rewind
media
it?
following grew exponentially. But you know, she relatively talented. Some people like her.
Baby girl, that
Oh, no, you didn't. You
Everything
didn't.
in
You
my
didn't.
life, I have manifested.
So, I wonder how much Nick Cannon and those people got paid on that show, because that show was fairly big.
So Nick was. I mean, he's.
Like, Nick was probably making
Yeah,
big money,
he's.
obviously.
Yeah.
But like the rest of the comedians,
I think they're in like the early to mid 6 figures.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know not everyone's good with money.
No. It really depends, I guess, your how you rank on the show. Like if you're more prevalent and like if you're more well known, obviously. She was on the show for quite a while, so I mean, I assume she must be doing well.
Like, great opportunity for you to like start your career, even if you're getting started at that point in time.
Yeah.
Like Nick Cannon really, I'm sure like a lot of those people are they probably thank Nick Cannon, but like, look, like they may not agree with him or whatever it is, but like he jump started part of our careers, right? For a lot of these people, like Wild and Out was huge,
Massive.
So, yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Like, she is a millionaire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is not like
Well, she's got a nice
she has
room
her
in the
own
back, that's for
yeah,
sure.
she has her own podcast. She, she's obviously prevalent on those shows, and she is a social media personality. She's very constant,
from
and
that
like
kind
she
of
gets views and whatnot. So she is a millionaire. My thing is though, her only complaint is that it's not that she's poor, it's she's becoming regular. She's becoming the average human being.
Damn.
She's shopping from Bloomingdale's to H&M, and that seems to be her downfall, apparently.
Damn.
And my thing is, what's the problem with H&M, dude?
Nothing wrong with H&M.
Nothing wrong with H&M.
Nothing wrong with H&M.
They have nice clothes. You know what I mean?
I'm sure there's like certain celebrities that are out there that wear H&M.
Oh,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? Like
100%.
stuff from H&M. Like,
Absolutely.
I have no qualm with doing it. It's just part of their day.
H&M had a few partnerships with a few celebrities. The Weeknd had one. I can't name any other celebrities off the top of my head, but there's a few.
Yeah.
But my H&M is not a bad company. All right? And but who shops at Bloomingdale's anyway? Like what kind of freaking
That's like some real New York.
like
Manhattan.
Bloomingdale's. First of all, what shit does Bloomingdale's need that black people need to wear? Get your shit together. like Bloomingdale's. Bloomingdale. What the fuck are you going to Bloomingdale's for?
Damn.
Fuck you. You know what? Sorry, go ahead.
Real quick, this is a really funny screenshot. It looks like both of them are looking at their breasts.
They are. They are, Ryan.
Very funny. But yeah, Bloomingdale's.
Stupid. Anyways, please play the video bit. I want to.
Manifested it. These edges, they were gone as fuck. Manifested them back. Everything I have, my dream career, I manifested it. I'm trying to manifest a husband.
Maybe you should have manifested some budgeting skills. Because honestly, watching that clip was embarrassing. Did you see that? I want you to be an accountant. Give me the eyes of an accountant. And I want you to watch the first 15 seconds. It's beautiful.
I feel like there's been so much financial, just my finances, like The budgeting, you see how I am. Nitpicking every little thing.
She's crying because she has.
All right,
budget.
that was like 0.2 seconds.
She's crying because she has to budget.
He threw his phone like he don't have to budget.
She's crying because she has to do what everyday people got to do.
No, it's because she's not in the 9 to 5. And her perception of the things is that, well, because I don't have a 9 to 5 and I got money, I don't have to budget. But guess what, boo-boo?
Everybody's
That's when
got a
you
budget.
mostly have to budget.
Unless you're
Everyone.
unless you're literally like on another level of like billionaire status.
Even if you are a billionaire, I think you'd have to budget too, because you know what I mean.
Listen,
You
B
can
Simone
lose your money,
living what everyday
you know what I
people
mean, like
gotta
nothing.
live on regular jobs in shitty apartments. She over there in designer clothes.
Oh no, you got to be like Mansa Musa rich to never budget.
Like to just buy whatever you want.
You have to be Elon Musk rich.
This is the
I think.
entitlement.
I think for the entitlement from this,
really comfortable.
just because she was like a comedian or semi-famous kind of thing.
She's not poor. Because
Like,
I know
that's not
motherfuckers who can't walk into H&M and pay for shit. You understand what I'm saying? She's crying because some of her options were reduced. That's it.
Yeah, but that's not what you see. You see.
I wish I was wearing an
resources
H&M
being
shirt
depleted, and
just
it's a
to,
stress.
You know,
Like,
just
shit,
to spite
I
her a
wanna
little
make
bit.
this-
Spite.
I don't think I was cocky, and I was a slap in the face that, oh shit, I may not be what I think it is, or I thought it would last, and now it's not lasting, and the contracts are not coming in like it used to come, and now, it's. I think it's all of that.
We live in a world, especially I'm not talking about the rest of the world. I'm just talking about just here in North America, where folks live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
She's not even looking at that kind of financial security.
The large
Her
poverty
insecurity is
within
that
North
she's
America.
going to be a regular person. Do you understand how good your life has to be? That your biggest stress in life is you're going to have regular person's finances.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like that, bro. I'm not even looking at you. I know you're looking at me like, don't look at me like that.
Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. You work hard, you have money. I get it. I need an entrepreneur. I need somebody that understands my mindset. Somebody that has the same lifestyle. It has nothing to do with money, everything to do with lifestyle. Okay?
Baby girl! I didn't get it when she said it then. I don't get it now. It's like people really dunk on some people that dunk on people for
Pause this
like,
shit.
I don't even know why.
Pause this shit. All right, we're going on. So
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Why do people like this exist, dude? What is going on? What is it like is it a generational thing? Like, are people like that oblivious? Dude, for all you females, even males out there that are looking for the CEO thing, you have to understand. These CEOs, it's like we're talking about these billionaires, these millionaires. You're talking about 1% of the world population.
If that.
And you think you're gonna find this guy? You think you're gonna just like, if you chill enough at these bars that you're gonna end up with these people?
Crazy.
No, it's like the possibility of that happening is literally less than 1%. Less than 1%. And even if you do find this guy and you look attractive, why do you think you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person? It ain't going to work out. Oh, I hope to marry him and he don't sign a prenup. The reason why he's rich or she is rich or they are rich is because they make smart financial decisions. Folks, what are we doing? And the girl over here saying, oh, I want someone that lives the same lifestyle as me. I want an entrepreneur. You both can't be entrepreneurs because you're working all the goddamn time. When you're working all the goddamn time, how are you going to spend time with each other? Folks, what are we doing?
Well said.
Make it make sense.
Well said.
Like, I can't, and you know what's sad is B Simone, she's not the only person that thinks like this.
Oh no. Tons.
There are tons of people that think like that have this ideology of what they want in a partner. And it's like, dude, stop. You have to be a realist. She came to reality that she has to budget and she can't shop at Bloomingdale's anymore. Boo fucking who? You don't give a shit that she's crying? No, fuck her. Oh, she has to live a regular life now. No, fuck you. Some people's kids. And you know what? You know what else? I hope you walk out of H&M and the tag is still on and they caught you for stealing. You idiot.
Damn.
Oh.
The rant is real.
That pissed me off.
Damn.
You know what? It's been 2 weeks, Ryan. And I figure
Pent up frustration.
life is good. I'm trying to, after last week's fiasco, which we'll get into after the break, I just want to chill out and just, calm myself and just come back to a nice, peaceful episode. But these fucking idiots don't make me relax. Not Abba and Peach. I'm talking about B Simone and people that think like her. Why can't they let me relax? They just have to live life the way they live. And let's not even get into the political aspects thing, because that is, politics aside, that shit's wild. I don't even know if we're ready for all that today.
People need to check themselves. Can't be thinking like that.
No. You have to come to the realization that life, it don't work like that.
Like, I fully understand the concept of people being like, I'm going to manifest this into the world, to work hard towards getting it, that kind of stuff. But do the same. Do the same when it comes to trying to find a person.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, work on yourself. Try to be attracted towards a certain person. Like, the full video where she was like, I need someone to understand me. I need someone to, like, take care of me in a certain sense. Like, that's not the mindset of when you're trying to find somebody in a certain sense. You got to, like, figure yourself out. You got to start making better decisions.
That's right.
Like, you know what? I'm trying to put myself out there. I'm hoping that someone will notice.
Yeah.
That's more of, like, an open mind concept. But, like, where it's her, it's like, oh, no, I need someone to kind of understand where I'm at and then, like, almost be grateful that they're with me in a certain sense. I think that's one of the major issues. And, like, now that we have, like, this whole, like, social media aspect, and me, I hate social media to its death.
Well, except for Reddit.
Like, it's just allowed all of these people to now, like, sort of compare themselves to other people on social media, to look at lifestyles and feel like they deserve that in a certain sense. And because other people have it, they deserve it, just based off of seeing it all the time and consistently doing that. You might have had it at one point in time, but, like, life can be pulled away from you at any point in time. Like, that's just the realistic concept.
That's right.
I think that, having to sit there and be like, man, I'm better than people that shop at H&M.
Yeah.
I'm better than, the regular looking people or the people that have 9 to 5s. Like, that
budgeting is beneath me.
That is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
I have no issue with people wanting, a certain aspect in a partner. I have no issue with people having certain, favoritism, or
absolutely,
like, people having a bit of like I like this a little bit more than I like that.
Right.
Like, that's perfectly fine. But for you to go out and sort of, call out that, like, people with 9 to 5s are beneath you, or shopping at H&M is like, you're too cool for that, or you're too up there for that.
Right.
Like, that is a major issue, and maybe that's the reason why you don't have a husband. You know what I mean?
Yikes.
Like, that 100% would turn me off if I was on a date with this girl.
That's
Like,
right.
look, you look great. Like, I'm glad that you got to shop in Bloomingdale's at one point in time.
Yeah.
But you have to be sort of realistic about your endeavors. You have to be realistic about your life. Yet again, man, like, life is so precious and it could be pulled at any point in time.
That's right.
And then for you to be calling out other people in the world for either shopping at H&M, for having a 9 to 5, for not being a CEO, for not being able to, like, tend to your needs as a partner.
Right.
Like, that is the reasoning why are holding you back from finding the life that you potentially could live or wanted to
essentially
live.
Finding happiness.
Yeah. So, like, B Simone, like, I feel bad for you after watching this. You know what I mean? Like, you...
And not in the way that you think she wants. Yeah.
Like, it seems like you have no idea.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? And that's the sad part.
Delulu is what they call it.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. So fine example of some people's kids today.
100%.
So get it together, madam. Sit down, really, and figure out what's wrong. Don't say what's wrong with society. Say what's wrong with me.
Yes.
Assess what's wrong with you.
Yes. 100%.
And then go from there. Self-awareness goes a long way. A long way.
Yeah.
Address your problems, fix it, or at least make an effort to fix it. That's what people respect. Nobody's perfect. No one is perfect. But if you are self-aware of the problems that you have, that goes a long way, and that's what gets people attracted to you. Okay?
Agreed.
That's all I got to say about that. Shout out to Abba and Preach. Sorry we couldn't go and dive into your thoughts on it. We love you guys, but I couldn't see one more clip of this one.
We could do a whole episode just on this if we wanted to.
We really could.
We can't. We got other stuff to talk about.
Yes.
We might come back to this one day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But
great video,
we got to get to what happened last week, because That was something. Boy.
That's definitely a story for the ages.
Absolutely. But we'll end it here. Again, shout out to Abba and Preach. If you don't know their channel, obviously it's Abba and Preach. Go follow them. They've been big on YouTube for quite some time. They're two of Canada's finest.
Yes. Good
folk. And we'll get back to our regular scheduled programming. Story involving not only our marketing director, but the third host of the blank. Yeah.
But also shout out to H&M. I know that they've had a couple dramatics in the news over the last couple years or since they've been out. They haven't been the best, in the greatest of spotlight, but yeah, shout out to H&M, man. Screw everybody else.
Fuck Bloomingdale's.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. Back.
2, 1. All right. Let's jump right into it.
To episode 197.
197, part 3 of this episode.
197 on the...
That's pretty dope.
You like that?
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, cool.
So last week
we were here.
Carlos was here. We actually set up the studio. Yeah. I actually set the whole thing up. Yeah. We were ready to go.
Yep.
We were anticipating an episode. Everything was fine.
Fine and dandy.
And
I walk in.
He walks in.
I dap him up. How you doing? How's the day? How's work? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, hey, going to use the washroom real quick. I'm like, yeah. He's like, cool. I go and turn on the light. Light turns back off automatically. I'm like, interesting. I hit the flip switch on and off again. Turns off.
No energy.
Nothing. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So Ryan notices that there's literally no power anywhere.
Like I had a couple lights on in the apartment. Lights were on.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, boom.
Off.
Turns off.
Yeah. And you were watching TV.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was watching television.
TV turned off.
TV turns off.
We're wondering what the
hell's going on. Computer turned off.
It was windy that day, just to preface. And we hear this very loud noise, like fireworks.
Yeah. Literally like almost like gunshots outside of our window.
It was
extremely loud.
And we're wondering what the hell. And it's nonstop. This is going on for maybe an hour or something. It went on for a very long time. And we're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Somebody happened. Somebody died.
Yeah, maybe. You
Literally.
know what I mean?
You never know.
You're like, it's going on for a while.
You never know.
So we figure we're going to go check it out, see if anyone else was affected by this outage.
So we were looking out the window, and there was smoke outside the front door, or like the front window. So I'm like, okay, Carlos, we should probably go look outside, see what the hell's going on. Yeah. Our house doesn't have power. Yeah. We're looking over at some of the neighbors' house. They don't have power. What is guaning?
Yeah.
So me and Carlos go outside.
So we go out. We open the door. Shoes are on. And as we open it, as you are well aware of our co-host of the show, who is here but decided not to make an appearance, he instantly decides mind you, he was hiding under the. We're referring to the feline for those who don't remember. He was hiding under the table. He seemed pretty scared. Yeah. From the noise. That
all these noises going on.
Yeah.
Like,
it was going on for a very long time.
He wasn't used to it. He's kind of shifty and a little bit scared of what's going on. But yeah, we didn't realize what was going to happen next.
No, because he looked terrified.
We had no idea.
He was just going to stay there. As soon as the door opens, not even all the way, literally a few inches, we open it up. Dude bolts outside. Bolts. I'm like, what the fuck? So I put on my shoes, and I'm like, okay, let's go. Just surround him. He's hiding behind one of the cars in the parking lot.
I'm in the parking lot trying to chase him down.
Yeah.
Trying to corner him in.
So I'm telling Ryan, he's right there. He's right behind this car. Ryan's walking around, and I'm making my way as well. As soon as Ryan makes it to that part of the car, dude bolts again. And there's a fence at the end of the parking lot with a little hole underneath it. Dude crawls right under it. Crawls right under the fence.
Disappeared. So for those who don't know, Our third host is my cat, Cheeto Allen.
That's right.
Cheeto! He is not an outdoor cat by any means. We do not let him outside without a leash or without our presence being there. You know, we normally keep him on a leash because we know that he's like super erratic. He loves birds, chasing squirrels, that kind of stuff.
And we smoke.
We honestly don't know. Yeah, we honestly don't know how he would react by himself if we were just to let him out and see. Would he come back? We don't know. Does he know his surroundings? We don't know. So we keep him on a leash just to be safe. Our marketing director, that's pretty much her son.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So we're very careful with him around. He's never outside without our presence, without a leash. We're pretty careful in that sense. But he, as quick as he possibly could, bolted out the door.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Carlson and I try to capture him in the parking lot because my front door leads to a parking lot.
Yeah.
And there happens to be a fence probably about 40 to 50 feet down this parking lot where he runs under into this hole into other people's backyards. And we all know that, you know, being in the city of Toronto, there's a lot of stray cats. There's tons of raccoons.
Yep.
The city is huge.
Massive.
Right? You don't know exactly what happens. So we start to, you know, mentally panic. We're freaking out. This cat doesn't know the city by any means. It's not a stray cat where they know where they're going, or at least they can fend for themselves. We don't know that about Cheeto. So that's when the nervousness set in
Ryan
to Carlson
looks at
and
me, I look at him.
We look
Ryan
at each other.
Instantly goes, the marketing director is gonna fucking kill me. And in my head, I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want to joke at that time. But I'm just like in my head, well, I mean, she's not gonna need any witnesses either, bro. So, you know, we're in it.
We're both dead.
We're both literally going to die today.
We are both
absolutely murder victims today.
And
we mentioned it in our group chat that we lost a cat. A few people were like, "Oh fuck, I hope you find it." One guy, you know, you fucking are. He says, "Oh, your marketing director is gonna fucking kill you." Yeah, we know that.
Yes, we know that.
So no need for the reminder. But thanks.
But I'll be perfectly honest. I honestly thought part of our lives were gonna be dead. From that point
I
on.
legitimately thought that she was gonna come find a machete somewhere and you know, kill us. But we were out, mind you, like at least an hour and a half looking for Cheeto.
Yeah, it was almost 2 hours.
Yeah, we were literally out. Ryan was pacing back and forth. He told me to stay at the door just in case, you know, he comes at another exit. It was literally it was an hour. It was more than an hour and a half, 100%.
So the rest of the environment for the day, like because the windstorm, what technically happened from that perspective was that it was so windy that we have a lot of old trees on my street. The wind must have taken a tree branch down, hit the power line because the power lines were still crackling and shooting fireworks and
it wasn't
shooting
just like
gunshots.
One spot. It was like every single power line made
our whole
sound.
Street was pretty much down and out for hours.
Yeah.
We actually didn't get back energy until 3-4 a.m. that night because I woke up to go to the bathroom, and then, funny enough, the lights turned on at 3 in the morning.
Oh, my God.
But, yeah, it was an absolute mess. The firefighters cut off the whole street. They didn't want people walking in and around because
they blocked up part of the street, and we weren't even allowed to walk
we weren't even allowed to so I was literally, like, finding different ways to try to get to the street so I can go try to find Cheeto.
The fire department wouldn't let him go.
Shout out to one of our boys. He did happen to drive in and come help me look for the cat, which was very sweet of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolute mess. We're running around. I asked Carl to stay inside our house with the door open to shake some treats to see if he would come back on his own. Unfortunately, it did not happen.
But then we had the talk of should we tell the marketing director?
So should we tell the marketing director? That was the end all be all.
That was the moment where there's like, hey, I had to bring it up. Are we going to? Do we die now, or do we have to wait to die later? Essentially,
that was the decision that needed to be made.
We weren't sure what to do. We obviously, you know, we didn't want the phone. You know, we didn't want to get like an early introduction to our death over the phone. So, but we made the decision that Ryan made the call. He's like, literally and figuratively, made the call.
I have to call.
You have to
I have
call.
to make the. I have to call her.
So
I'm in the parking lot. I pick up my phone. I call our marketing director. I'm like, look, marketing director, I have 2 pieces of bad news.
2 pieces. 2 for 2.
She says, "Did you get laid off?" Was the first response.
It's like, all right. Well, I mean, I have I have good news. I guess I have one good news and one bad news.
And I was like, no, I did not get laid off. But that would be absolutely horrible news as well.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
But the first part about the bad news is
he's here.
Yeah, sorry, our marketing director just walked in. Oh, he's leaving. He's coming.
Imagine.
Our power is out.
Yeah.
You will not be able to walk up the street.
Yeah.
Please find a detour to come home.
Yeah.
She goes, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Tree branch took out the power line, so we don't have any power at home.
Right.
And by the way, Cheeto left.
Bolted.
And she goes, well, what do you mean Cheeto left? And I'm like, well, he ran out the door and he just decided that he didn't want to be part of our family anymore. Then it was the kid.
And he's gone.
And he's gone. Leaving the nest forever and always.
Yeah.
She
and
goes,
her response?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
You better go find him.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I will do.
I will do that.
But I will let you know that on your walk home, please begin to yell his name in and around this area because he might be around.
Yes. And likes you best.
So, yes. So another half an hour passes by. We're still running around the neighborhood trying to find this cat.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I was on the street, on the other side of the street, I don't know, like sort of adjacent to ours.
Yeah.
And there was this like movement in a bush. And Cheeto, for those who didn't just see him, he actually just was in the camera there a second ago. He's a white and orange cat, or a white and sort of reddish cat, mainly white. But I saw this like movement in this bush where it was like a white and red thing. So I'm like, oh my God, is that Cheeto like sleeping in this bush or like staying in this bush? Because, he might be scared, all the noise. So I start running towards this bush, and then I realized it was just a bag.
Damn.
It was a very terrible optical illusion that I was really disappointed in.
Just Mother Nature just teasing you a little bit,
I honestly thought he was gone. You know what I mean? How many pets do you find again? You know what I mean? Like it's not that
it's pretty rare.
The amount of like missing cat posters, the amount of missing dog posters in Toronto, especially downtown Toronto. You never know because like they run across the street, maybe get hit by a car.
God forbid.
Honestly, people in Toronto are nuts because like they could easily just steal your pet and just keep them as theirs.
True.
Like that happens as well. Anything real could happen. He could have gotten into a fight with a raccoon. Raccoons are vicious. You know what I mean? If I were to put money on a raccoon versus my cat, I'm putting money on the raccoon.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, they know the streets.
I'm just saying.
They know the streets.
You know what I mean? It is a dangerous game out there in Toronto. And it was one of the most terrifying feelings I've ever had in my life. I've never been... I'm not a stressful person. I don't stress out a lot. Carlson knows me.
Yeah.
For those who listening who know me, I'm not a stressful person. I don't stress out pretty easily. That was the most I've been stressed out in many years.
That was up there. That's probably like top 3 for you, I think.
Definitely.
In your life.
Definitely.
There's
not many times I've been stressed out like
that. That was a lot.
So we're roaming around. It's about half an hour. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back to where he left, which was, we were talking about the fence in the beginning of the story, and the hole in the beginning of the story. I'm like, I wonder if he went far. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start jumping people's fences and getting him into people's backyards. It's a good way to get shot.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're in Canada and people just can't shoot me for being in their backyard.
True, because in America,
in America, I probably would have been shot.
And
they would have been like, what is this?
Yeah.
Asian dude jumping fences.
Hey, yellow boy, what are you doing over there, boy? You better get down that fence there.
Would have gotten shotgunned down 110%.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
let's preface though
yes.
that I was at the door.
He was at the door.
The marketing director finally came home.
Yes.
She's walking towards me. Well, towards the door rather. And I'm sitting there like, okay, I guess I'm gonna die first. This is it. This is her. All right, fine. Let's make this happen. Get this over with, God. So she's walking. I'm noticing her. She looks a little, a little worried. And I'm cringing a little
Cringing
bit.
in,
just a little bit. Because,
you gotta try to defend yourself. Yeah, prepare.
It's
kind of like trying to prepare yourself for a tsunami.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There's only
it happening.
There's only so much you can do.
I can't escape it. It's gonna happen. So I might as well just
get into
brace for
yourself.
impact, right?
Exactly.
So basically, she's walking, and all you hear is, "Hey, dude."
Hey, dude.
I'm like, hey. It's like, how's your day? And I'm like, good. And she goes for the hug. I'm thinking, oh no, headlock coming in, incoming.
Yeah.
But she went for a hug. And I'm like, okay, you're taking this a lot better than I thought you would. It's like, oh, there's no need to stress. We just gotta find him. I'm like, okay, I like this attitude a lot.
Right, my death is delayed.
I had to, text my brother just like, yo, hold off on that will meeting.
Yeah.
Everything's okay. Everything's all right. But she got home, helped you out, went to the fence area.
Yes.
And you jumped on top of the fence there. And she screams out the homeboy's name, Cheeto. And what do you hear?
Meow.
And all the wind, and all the lightning.
You have to it was all of the wind was still going off.
It was loud.
All of these firecrackers are still going off. Alessia, our marketing director, yells Cheeto's name, and all you hear is meow. He can tell.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
That's it. This is
Cheeto is her son.
Yeah.
He only responded to her.
That only to her.
And then I go, holy shit, I think he's around here. So then Carlos is yelling from the door. Is he there?
He's there. What's going on? Because I can't hear. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, what's going on over there? What's happening? And she yells the name again. And then he hears.
Still couldn't see him at that point.
Still couldn't see him.
It was
not visible whatsoever.
The person's backyard that we were in had tons and tons of greenery, like tons of bushes, tons of just random stuff, tons of plants, flowers. Couldn't see him.
Yeah.
And then finally, Alessia gets into the backyard of this person because she had to go ask the neighbor to let them in.
Yeah.
And we look into this tree. Cheeto is sitting in this little pocket of a tree.
There. Boom, 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 boom.
Crazy.
Right there.
Crazy. Alive, safe,
well.
Scared.
Scared a little bit.
His eyes were full bloom.
He's seen some shit.
Full
in that
bloom,
time.
yeah, literally.
He's
traumatized.
I mean, hey, the streets, these streets can do that to you.
Traumatized.
I'm just saying. I walk these streets sometimes. I walk the street today, and I've seen some shit. I'm telling you, these streets ain't safe just for the average person.
Not
even the average home pet. All right, but he was found safe and sound.
We got him
in record time. I feel.
Got him in. I picked him up from the tree.
Yeah.
We got him out of the tree.
Yeah.
Handed him over to Alessia. Alessia ran back into the house with. Supposedly he scratched her a bunch of times.
She showed the marks.
She got a bunch of scars from him. And then as soon as she got him back inside, he bolted into the closet.
Wow.
And stayed there for quite a long time.
Wow.
So yeah, that was the story of us almost losing our third host.
And then Ryan walks in the door. I see Ryan. We gave each other a big hug. Not because Cheeto came home, but more so that we're alive, dude.
We're alive.
We're alive. We were not on CP24. Our bodies were not chopped into pieces.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
But we made it. We ended up going out to drink after. Both of us traumatized as fuck.
I had a pickled martini.
Hit our marks for the Fitbits. Yes. No. That is typical. That is typical abusive behavior.
Our marketing director.
Yeah, well,
our marketing director.
The vibe is there, and that's all that matters.
Our marketing director just came in and tried to defend herself.
Try to defend herself. We know your style. That's all right. Just saying.
She's definitely capable of
100%
of murder.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm just saying, if World War III happens, she's first in line to get drafted.
Yes.
Easily.
Yes, definitely.
Easily.
Hire her for the assassination.
I'm just saying.
Of anybody.
I'm just saying. 10 years from now, if God forbid, not even, if Donald Trump gets assassinated, who do you think is going to be top of the list? That one right there.
Yes.
That one right there.
But she happens to be our marketing director.
Yes. So let's hope that we pay her enough to not get in that line of work. But I'm just saying.
But yeah, what a story. What a story.
Oh boy, that was something else.
So that was the reason why we couldn't make last week's episode.
Literally, and you don't have to believe it, but it happened.
It happened.
We were there.
We couldn't document
this
it.
is not no creepy stories or happened to a friend of mine. All right, we were there. This happened. This is the honest to God's truth. We lived it. We've been through it. This happened.
It was a very scary moment.
It was scary for all of us, even. But Cheeto is alive and well.
He's alive and well. He's
chilling.
Fine. He's chilling. Back home safe.
Yeah.
I just was like, man, another like lost cat. You know what I mean? Like I was gonna be like, okay, I have to take the next day off, go make all the posters, start walking around. Our apartment is really close to another apartment that I was talking to some of the neighbors. They even posted a picture of Cheeto in their Facebook group, just so that everyone can look out for. Yeah. It would have been like a full media blast on our end. But yeah, absolute madness.
Didn't have to go that route.
Yeah.
And but yeah,
absolute madness, man.
Yeah.
Twas
a day last week. Twas a day. But we are A-okay. You know what I mean? I want to shout out to all the fans out there who were ready to have the Rest in Peace Carlos t-shirts ready. You know what I'm saying? It really means a lot. And yeah, that is the honest to God's truth why we couldn't record last week.
There would be a group of people. Let's say, for example, if our marketing director did murder us,
yes,
and went to jail for it,
yeah,
there would be a group of people with free the marketing director shirts. 110%.
Absolutely. Free her. She didn't do shit. She didn't do shit. What'd she do? Like, who loses a cat during a Woodstock? That's horrible.
Them two deserved it.
That is terrible behavior, and they deserved it.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah. And you know what? That sounds about right. That sounds legit. That's legit how that would have gone.
It would be like
absolutely
the Ted Bundy situation
where
there would be guys being like, oh he didn't do that.
Marry me. I love you. Will you marry me?
I'm telling you.
Like, oh, God, this is gross.
Yeah. It'd be bad.
All Alisha just wanted to do is just see her cat.
Literally.
That's it. I just want to see my cat, dude. But yeah. Here we are, though.
Alive and well.
197.
Alive and well.
Canada Day next weekend. Next week, rather.
Do you have Monday off or Tuesday?
Tuesday off. Monday I am still working, but I was actually talking to my boss about it and saying he's most likely going to let me off early.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm working full day Monday.
Oh, you are working full
yes,
day.
Unfortunately.
Not no one letting...
Well, supposedly the government. So the way that my job happens to work is that if the government's open, you're open.
Oh.
That's how it works. So they get Tuesday off. Unfortunately, we are open that day. So I wish we could all just take I wish the government was like, man.
You know what?
That's what I think about like certain like political aspects of like the holidays. Like if there's certain times where it just falls in a certain sequence, let's just let society relax for a couple days.
Right.
So our holiday, so Canada Day, July 1st, is setting in on
it's a Tuesday this year.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's like, just make the call. Put in one of those, the notices.
Yeah.
Everyone's taking off Monday.
Just take Monday and Tuesday off. Why
not?
It
is the mental health long weekend for everybody.
That's
we're adding it
Health Canada Day long weekend.
Take an extra day to go out and celebrate. We're go get your beer, go get your liquor on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Because we're closing down Monday, everybody. I want you to enjoy Canada's birthday.
But you know what? I disagree. Because government don't sleep. You know what doesn't sleep? Money. Money never sleeps.
It's terrible.
Even on stat holidays, damn it. So you know what? Let the money go to work Monday, folks. I don't give a shit. Go to work. make your moolah, pay your taxes,
Terrible.
watch your cats.
Absolutely
because
terrible.
we are going to work Monday and then turn up Tuesday, and then you're back to work on Wednesday. As shitty as that weekend is, I don't give a shit.
Definitely everybody turn up on Monday night and Tuesday. Hopefully it's a good day.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right. You know, fireworks are going in. You going to go anywhere for fireworks?
Not that I know of.
I mean, you've heard a lot last week.
It'd be nice.
But you're
It would
not
be
gonna
nice.
go to, do they do it at, what's it called, Trinity Park?
Oh, they do it. Yeah, they do it a couple of places downtown. Yeah, definitely go out there. Go enjoy Canada Day.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people take holidays and just to relax and that kind of stuff. But, you know, summer in Toronto is a short period of time.
Short period.
You know what I mean? Like I know I was talking a little bit more about the issues that we run into, but
Yeah.
Toronto summers are definitely one of the greatest things of all time, I think.
That's true.
It's funny because I was watching this live stream before our episode today, and Call of Duty. So Call of Duty, the like official competitive league of Call of Duty. Guess where it's being hosted in Ontario?
Here
Guess.
on the 6 side?
It's in Kitchener.
Kitchener.
The weirdest thing ever.
That's a
So
random ass town.
I know. So they picked Kitchener as the city to host the Call of Duty tournament for this season.
That's so random.
And so everybody that came in, they flew in from all over the place because these teams are all over North America, even internationally as well. They came in and then they hosted in Kitchener. So everyone had to go to Pearson and then get an Uber or take a taxi or whatever it is.
Weird.
So
like,
weird.
At least do it at maybe Vaughan I would get, or
North York,
Markham even.
Something
that's
like
just
that.
Pushing it.
You know what I mean?
Kitchener's
but literally
crazy.
Kitchener. It's like super weird. So there's this team of guys that are live streaming it, and they're from like a big gaming community. And then they were like, we're not going to Kitchener. So they got like an Airbnb in Toronto. They're staying in Toronto. They're like, we're just going to like cast it from Toronto. Because Kitchener's like 2-3 hours from Toronto. They're like, we don't want to go all the way over there for no reason. So they're like, we're just going to cast it from here. And they're like, man, Toronto's so sick. Why couldn't they just find the venue downtown?
I mean, it makes sense. It's appealing to the new people. You know what I mean? They can just walk downtown, see what's up.
Yeah.
It's nice. There's nothing. It's never a dull moment.
Yes.
It would be perfect.
So these guys are from
Kitchener.
these guys are from Texas, and they're like literally like Toronto summer is absolute madness. It's way better
Absolutely.
than anything. Like the events, the bars, the vibe of the city.
100%.
You know, go enjoy Toronto for Canada
Yes.
Day. Get yourself out there, try something new. Go to a different bar event. I don't know.
And for you,
just be out there.
Wear summer dresses because
Summer dress gang.
summer dresses are needed this year. It's a hot one this year, so
It definitely is.
wear summer dresses.
But okay.
All right. Well, that's it for this week's episode. Apologies again for the missing of 2 weeks, but we'll make it up to you because when 200 comes, that's gonna be a big one. All right, we're gonna throw down downtown, Motown, underground, raps and 6.
Crazy.
Also, the new guy that the Raptors just drafted,
CMB.
Give him a chance, all right? The guy, obviously, you guys felt that he wasn't happy to be here. He explained it very well in an interview, and there's even a picture of him wearing a Raptors shirt when he was younger. He wants to be here, okay?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Give him a shot. Don't be booing him at games, all right? Don't be one of those social media lights that have to, follow everybody because it's a cool thing to do. Give the kid a chance.
Yeah.
He could be the new guy.
He's
He
literally
could be
like
the new
20 years
thing.
old. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's so much pressure on these NBA players.
Absolutely.
Like these guys are coming out of school. I didn't no idea what I want to do out
Some
of
of these
school.
guys
You know what I
didn't
mean?
probably didn't even go to college.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it's so crazy how there's so much pressure on these kids to be, part of it. And then like what if his hometown was drafting before the Raptors, right? Like what if he was from San Antonio or from
Right.
Dallas? Dallas had the number 1 pick.
Yes. They got Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag. But like imagine being able to be drafted by your hometown. Yeah, maybe you don't go somewhere that you're like not so you don't care too much about or whatever it is, but like obviously we want him to be happy in Toronto.
Absolutely.
I'm rooting for him. But give the kid a break.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Because who knows, man? Like, the more you cheer him on, shoot, the guy might lead us to a ring, for all we know.
You never know, man.
You never know. So
you never know.
All in all, give the kid a break. That's all we ask. That's all we ask here at the blank. But yes, thank you for another episode, another week, another edition. Tune into next week. Well, we'll have another week, another edition, another episode, weather permitting, and we'll get into it. We'll probably talk about what went on kind of today, and talk about other ish what's going on. But
well, a lot of stuff happened in the last 2 weeks.
Quite a
we
bit.
Just couldn't get to it
because too much happened with us.
Too much.
So we'll get into it. We promise, folks. We promise. So even the Diddy shit, that's even wild in itself.
That's next episode.
That's next
episode.
But don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. We're available wherever podcasts are available. And follow us on Instagram. We still have the TikTok page, so follow us there. And as always, thank you for tuning in. I am Carlos.
And I'm Ryan.
And this is The Blank with Carlos and Ryan. And as always, folks, fill it in, fill it in, fill it in, fill it in.
We're missing our poster, but you know what I mean.
You know what it is.
Peace, everybody.
Bye-bye.